Sickly, sinful spectacles stand, shuffle, shamble, and saunter shamelessly in mine scandalized sight. I suggest a solution. Surely such sedition should sour and succumb to Sigvald, the salacious, scandalous, and sensational servant of Slanesh! Son of Succubi, scion of sordid acts and slayer of squalid serfs! See how I stroll, stride, swagger and swirl, spin, slash, and stab at stupid, senseless scum! Soon they shall swoon, shall seek solace and death from sundry torments, wrought on them by my strategic, severing, scintillating shower of shimmering strikes! Send for the sword! Summon Sliver Slash!
Hey guys, and welcome back. Hopefully,
Okay, it's much better now.
hey, yeah, I didn't screw up. It's not in the middle of the goddamn screen this go around.
Disgusting.
But hopefully, you're returning if I'm not lazy enough from what Sigvald's rant is in Total War.
Yes.
Man.
His plethora of S's.
If we are not a colossal piece of shit, we'll have a little clip that was in the beginning that we're not quite sure if we're gonna add or yet not.
Yeah,
But it's Sigvald doing. Is that alliteration or onomatopoeia?
That's alliteration.
Alliteration.
Yeah.
Onomatopoeia is like that's like pow. Clap, and things like that, right? Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. I haven't taken English in a while.
The last English class I took was about weird fiction, so it was all about Cthulhu and all that good jazz.
I don't know why, but you said weird, and my mind was like, he's gonna say fetishes, and I was like, wrong podcast, bud. Right character, wrong podcast.
I was gonna say today it might be the right podcast.
No, it's absolutely the right
So,
podcast.
by the way, everybody, welcome back. I'm Phil.
Heidi ho, how you doing? I'm Jacob. And that's Mitchell.
I was in the middle of drinking some bourbon. Hi, I'm Mitchell. So we have our announcements.
Yes. We have been away for a while, so we do have a couple announcements.
Because people like to keep on getting sick.
I don't know what you want me to say.
You really can't apologize for it.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you crap for
like,
it.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help
That's
it.
all I wanted was a
Okay.
sorry. So first one is welcome back. We did that one. Click.
Check it off the list.
Our social medias. So if you want to, contact us or do anything with us, we have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Instagram is probably right now the most active. That's not Discord.
Hello, that is my domain, and I am bad at it.
If you send us a message on Facebook, usually one of us will pick it up.
Actually, within like 5 minutes, typically.
If you send
Unless
me-
it's like
My
at
phone-
3 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Actually, that would be Jacob.
Yeah, my phone doesn't like to give me notifications.
You
until
know
like
what?
2
You're
days
you're
later,
right, but also fuck you. If you send us a message on Instagram, I will get it to you. I'll get to you immediately or in 2 months.
Nobody sends me a DM on Twitter, so oh well.
One
But if you want to really join the heretic crew of everybody that's I can't find the proper word for what I want to say.
Stroke number 1, we're truly back.
Probably degenerates.
Discord. There we go.
Yeah, Discord.
Discord.
Our
yeah.
crew and their scandalous shenanigans.
Come and make fun of about how for some reason that I haven't built the Silent King yet or something like that, I guess.
Or how he hasn't gotten everyone a Warlord Titan yet.
Or why? Or the constant Discord crusade to get a pie episode.
Yeah, that will never happen.
Yeah, we don't know what it's about either. Moving on.
It just kind of happened. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my list I have kill everyone, but I think I might knock that off.
I think that was in response to the Warlord Titan thing.
So, we are dabbing in the idea of going to LVO.
Yes, that's a big one. We've kind of been talking about going to the Las Vegas
We
Open.
did have dinner together. Not a dinner, lunch.
Yes.
Gosh.
It was a meal.
It was a late lunch. How about that?
There was
Yeah.
a meal.
Linner.
It was had.
It was Linner.
Dinner. Supper.
No, supper's the thing you eat in the middle of the day.
That was the middle of the day.
No, supper is a big lunch.
No, supper is typically dinner. It's a non-fancy dinner. No, we will not.
All right. Well, we had to have a short little break right there, but coming back into it, what were we talking about?
Thank you, seriously, for having to die.
I fuck off.
We were left at LVO, so we were.
Oh yeah, we've been thinking about going to LVO.
Yeah, no, we're thinking of going as a group, as Lorecast. Not like set up a booth or anything crazy like that. Just go there, take some pictures, have a good time.
I'll be playing.
Mitch will be playing. Me and Phil will be vibing. I know I'd
We'll
talk.
probably be in the corner playing Magic.
Yes.
You have
Exactly.
No. Better yet, be in the corner. Is the LVO? Is this for ASO only?
no. This is for literally almost all tabletop games.
Damn it! I was about to be in the corner playing 40K with AOS only.
No. Actually, it's mainly for 40K. Age of Sigmar is like, let's just throw that in there.
Yeah.
It's in the corner.
Yeah, if anything, we'll be in the corner of the corner playing Magic.
But me and Phil are gonna be there just to vibe. I haven't gone to a gaming con in a while. The last one I went to was in like 2016.
I mean, you went to Warhammer.
I mean big. I mean big.
War
big.
Games. You mean
I mean
big.
big, yeah,
Because we went to
Yeah,
War
we
Games.
went to the one that was in Bastrop because, like, why the fuck wouldn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, the last like big con that I went to I think it was a Grand Prix for Magic the Gathering in Houston. That was in like 2015 or 2016, and it was fun. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went there as a player. That was a good experience. But yeah, we want to go there as Lorecast, take some pictures, have a good time.
I just like playing.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple community members that said that they might be going too. So hopefully we can meet up with some of you guys there if you want.
Yeah.
But we're still thinking about it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't confirmed. It is a lot of money.
we will probably have this confirmed by 2 weeks. So the next episode we will.
Yeah, when we know, y'all will know.
Yeah. But I will be going to Warhammer Fest next month.
Oh, where's that being held?
Baytown.
Oh, that's where your AOS tournament
Yeah.
is. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's that. As an update to all my Discord peeps, I decided against all of the Stormcasts.
Yeah, I talked about it.
The $1,200 worth of Stormcast that was $400. I was like, nope, I just can't. I'm a Chaos man or a Death man. I just physically cannot go with Stormcast.
I mean, it makes sense. You have enough trouble choosing your Space Marines. These are basically just Space Marines.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
Except they wound better.
Shut up. You play nothing but melt us.
Hey. And some Flamer.
But I am buying like 10 pewter Terminators. So
For $30.
yeah.
Steal. What? I wanted to give a quick shout out.
So you have a shout out and I have a shout out.
Yeah. I wanted to give a shout out to a dude on Instagram, a person on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this name right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But Paint Frenchie. They put us in a comment in one of their messages a couple days ago that I read. It was pretty funny. I also realized they sent me a message on Instagram like 2 months ago, and I never responded to them because I am in fact a massive piece of shit. So this is me making up for it because I feel bad. Also.
When you said that, for some reason in my mind, I just like was going like extra thick.
Why? Frenchie. I'm just gonna say Frenchie abbreviated. If you listen to the episode, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook Messenger or on the Discord if you're in there, because I was looking at some of your painted models and they are fantastic, and I wanted to talk to you about possibly putting some of your artwork on our Facebook page, because we like to cycle out artwork from our fans and whatnot on the Facebook page. So if you're interested in that,
When they
hit
ever send
me.
us stuff.
Yeah, when they don't fucking meme on us the entire time.
Yeah.
But hit me or Phil or Mitchell up to talk about that if you're interested.
Yeah. My shout out is to the person who actually not created our logo, but digitized our logo, because the person who come up with the creation of the logo was Jacob's girlfriend. But the person who actually digitized it is actually my good old coworker friend. And she just recently started streaming on Twitch again, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. So give her like this small little payment that.
Thank you for doing things for free.
Yeah, thank you for doing things for free, really.
It's all about the exposure, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, that makes me feel scummy just being in the same room as you when you said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Her name.
Exposure's nice. Paying rent's better.
Yep.
What?
Exposure's nice, but paying rent is better.
Yeah.
Oh. I know. I'm not getting the reference.
because like rich people be, or not rich people, but entitled people will be like, oh, I'll pay you an exposure because like your art will be seen by so many of the people that follow me on XYZ social media. And it's like, yeah, that's cool and all that, but like, or I could make $200 off of your commission and pay for rent this month. So like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I am fully
So
understanding.
saying
it.
that, like,
Exposure's
do it-
nice. Being able to not live in a shoebox is better.
yeah.
Yep.
So whenever you say like, oh yeah, do it for the exposure, you're basically like, yeah, I am in fact a massive piece of shit, and I don't want to pay for
She
things.
digitized our logo for free because she was just bored one day, and I just feel like I just want to give her the repayment.
It looks very nice, and we appreciate it greatly.
We do appreciate her greatly. Anyway,
Yes.
on to this though.
Her Twitch name would be KitKatKiara99. She has a cat cam for her cats, and she plays Stardew Valley. Yep.
I'm going to go watch her Twitch. I love
Probably.
cats and Stardew Valley.
Yep.
Two things that are great in life.
I think that's all of our announcements. Question mark?
Okay, okay, real quick. So I was on.
Let the head ass shit
No,
begin.
no, no. I was on Steam the other day, and I was actually playing that new SCP game with you the other evening.
Pandemic, yeah.
Pandemic. Man, that's a fun game. But no, like it's super early access. But anyway, and then I saw another friend of mine
SCP,
get
please
online,
sponsor
and
us.
I don't know if I know this person or not. There's
Look
like
at that black block on the. Look at Philip talking.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that.
But no,
Wild.
another friend of mine on Steam get on, and it's like it's one of those friends that I'm like, I don't actually know who you are, and I don't know why I have you friended on Steam, but I do. And they started playing a game, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting looking game. What is that? And so I pulled it up, and I was like, oh, it's Stardew Valley, but rated X.
Do you need to go get new water?
I was waiting for the, but it was porn, and then Stardew Valley, okay, and then but it was also porn. It threw me off. I wasn't
We
expecting.
had our first spit
I
take.
wasn't expecting porn to be the afterthought there.
Yeah. No, and I was like, what the fuck?
So you bought the game, right?
Goddamn
You know I
right,
didn't.
Philip bought the game.
You bought the game, right?
No!
Really?
Stop!
You bought
I know that's the joke, but like,
listen. Planting turnips and getting turned up.
That was bad. That was bad even for you.
Please end my suffering. I apologize.
So Sigvald, right?
So Sigvald.
Sigvald, yeah. Sigvald, yeah.
The topic of
That
today's
guy.
episode is going to be Sigvald.
Assless chaps.
Yeah. Which, upon further consideration, maybe my comment about the X-rated Stardew Valley wasn't so far off topic as
Yeah.
I thought it was.
If we're gonna be degenerates in one episode, it'll be this episode.
Right, or whenever we do the full-blown Hedonites episode.
I could have bought the Hedonite, the second edition Hedonites Codex.
Oh,
I
Battle
have
Tome?
a second edition Hedonites Codex.
Yeah, Battle Tome.
Same tomato.
But I was like, I really shouldn't because you have it, but I need it so I can read it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the third edition to come out.
It's already out.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
While we're moving on with this conversation, I'm going to go ahead and look that up.
It may not be.
So we're gonna do Sigvald the Magnificent. We're gonna talk about his old world stuff and his AOS stuff. But I don't think he has a whole lot of stuff in AOS.
Not really.
So yeah, so I'm gonna cover.
It's actually, I think. I say this almost every single episode, but this episode is gonna be a shorter episode.
Yeah, you should probably just
Hopefully.
stop saying that.
This is an AOS podcast.
Excuse me, this Age of Sigmar podcast.
Oh, apparently the Terrorgeists are a featured topic or a featured product right now on Games Workshop.
They look fucking phenomenal. Anywho,
So is
so
Bjorn the Fell-Handed.
he looks fucking phenomenal. But yeah, so
Especially, no, that was Black Art.
Ooh, Vanguard Skaven for $130. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
A little
what am I
bit.
looking up? Chaos.
So I'm gonna go ahead, just staring at Philip like, interesting.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's just the second edition because it doesn't have the red binding.
Okay, yeah, fair point.
Yeah. So yeah, we're still in second edition.
I
But
think-
anyway, sorry, moving
I
on.
did buy either a second or third edition Eldar Codex today, though.
Mitchell, if these
For, like-
likes get wet, will they like get destroyed? 'Cause I'm about to fucking throw some water.
You know, I have a spare
Maybe we
at
should
the
just shut-
moment.
Oh, gotcha. Yeet.
Maybe we should just shut the fuck up and let Cersei talk.
It wouldn't be one of our episodes if we weren't distracted constantly.
If you look over there, I got a volleyball.
Don't stop, quit it.
Actually, I really want you to grab it real quick. Please go grab it, and I want you to read the logo, okay?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, you ready?
I have returned.
Mi casa is su casa.
Mitchell, please lower your mic and move all spillables so I can throw this at you.
Wait. What anime character am I thinking of who's named
Mikasa
Mikasa?
from Attack on Titan.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Hit Mitchell with this.
Gladly.
Anywho, this is an AO. That's Mitchell's shtick. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm gonna
Not
start.
anymore. Mitchell is currently on the floor dead with his brains beaten out.
I'm gonna start off with old world stuff for Sigvald, because that's where you get to know kind of who he is as a person. Because
He originated from this. He's
Yeah.
one of the few characters that
is from the old world.
You, we say.
Few, yeah.
Because in AOS, Sigvald kind of popped out like, "What's up, bitches?" and like just kind of starts going on a fucking tirade. So
In the realm of Shaiish, yes.
to start off, Sigvald the Magnificent, he was a prince for some I believe Norsemen.
Yes.
But what's really important is that he is in fact an incest baby.
Oedipus Rex. No, wait, no, this isn't Oedipus Rex. Never mind.
No, this is what are you doing, step bro? But yeah,
it wasn't. It
Well,
wasn't his
Step
son
Bro
fucking
is
his
not
mother.
really-
It was a brother and sister.
Yeah, it was his father and his father's sister made incest baby.
Hey, you got to keep it in the family, kids.
yes, the Habsburgs.
But so Sigvald, when he was a baby, was basically like his dad gave him everything because, like I said, he was his little baby boy, and he was just gifted everything that he wanted.
My baby boy.
And so when you're gifted everything you could ever want, and you live out in like the fucking Chaos Wastes, shit gets bad. So as he grew older, he got a little more debaucherous, and a little more hedonistic, and a little more debaucherous, and a little more hedonistic. And then his dad was like,
So you're telling me this is the Eldar storyline, but for one man.
a little bit.
Okay.
So one day his dad rolled up at him. He was like, "Boy, why are you eating people?" Sigvald was like, "It's so good and tasty." So his dad, he was gonna get like exiled or from the whose foot is that? That's
Bruh!
Get your fucking feet out of my space, you troglodyte!
I should probably buy a bigger table.
You think?
Moving on.
Maybe.
I will help you buy it.
Moving on.
I've spent so much money on this podcast.
Sorry, Mitchell's dying inside.
Can you not rub your beard against the pop filter?
No.
Over here, start purring, and it's all just fucking. Oh god. Oh, this episode. I swear to God. This is why we shouldn't take breaks. It's so fucking discombobulated.
Okay.
Okay, so his father was gonna exile him because he was like eating people, because I guess at some point in time,
So chaos.
debauchery always leads to cannibalism in some way, shape, or
So
form.
so they're chaos wastelands. They don't have many standards, but they do have standards.
all I'm
there
saying,
aren't many
all
rules,
those-
but
all-
like all those few rules are pretty
all I'm saying
Loctite.
is Sigvald looked his father deep into his eyes and said, "But I hungy."
I hungry, daddy. Ooh. Okay, so, what did his dad
father
say?
was gonna banish him because
Yeah.
don't eat fucking people. But then Sigvald was like, "Oh no, I didn't know," or he feigned ignorance or dismay, or he somehow got out of it.
I thought it was pork.
Yeah, right. I thought it tasted just like chimkin.
What's
Chaos
the line? No.
Chimkin.
What's the line from Archer where the butler is talking about eating people and he's like, "Yeah, it was actually pretty tasty." And it's like, dude, And he, like, supposedly was alive for, like, the Boer War, and it's like, what the fuck? How old are you, dude?
Ancient. So after Sigvald had somehow managed to get out of being in trouble for fucking cannibalism,
Really, it's the Chaos Wasteland.
his father made the number one mistake. He fell asleep first.
Oh gosh.
And Sigvald fucking murdered him promptly.
So
There can only be
so-
one.
is that the reason why my parents always put me to bed before them?
So you wouldn't murder them?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Potentially. So Sigvald fucks off deep into the Chaos Waste.
I'll
after
never
this.
have kids.
I mean, you can't get murdered by children if you have none.
Exactly.
I'm gonna adopt for him.
I have cats. Don't do this.
So
Just give him, like, 5 more cats, and then they will eventually eat him.
just one really weirdly placed Pomeranian that somehow fits in with the cats, same size.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sigvald fucks off into the Chaos Waste because, you know, not only is he eating people, he also killed his dad.
Yeah.
So like they probably don't like him a whole lot.
Probably not.
So he starts wandering the Chaos Wastes, and he comes upon this, like, to a certain extent, as far as like the northern wastes are concerned, it was like a little piece of heaven. There was a piece of land that was kind of sheltered from the elements and like all the rage and craziness that is, you know, the northern wastes. And, you know, the
Did
chaos
we make this?
shenanigans.
Did we make this clear that this is in the world that was?
Yes, this is Sigvald during the world that was.
Okay.
If I didn't make that clear, I apologize. But this is world that was lore before we hop into the AOS stuff. So he goes into this little village. Was it a village? Let me check my notes real fast. I to make sure it was like an actual village or not.
Oh, so Philip. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just trying to kill time.
It was not a village. It was a valley. That's what it was. It was just a serene valley.
Another
Both
V
start
word.
with V. And for some reason, the lady in Main Street just popped back in my head again.
Cheeks out to the wind. Anywho,
Can we please explain this?
No. Moving on. So he comes upon this valley.
and he goes in he travels to it, and he meets a demonic entity of Slanesh. It was a demon named like Bellis Pool or something like that.
Okay.
And the demon was like, "Hey kid, you want to sell your soul to Slanesh?" And Sigvald was like, "Yeah!" And that's exactly what he did.
You want candy?
Just hop in my van. He was like, "Vred, motherfucker, where are the Snickers?" So he, in exchange for his soul, he gets, you know, power strength, all the standard demon contract shit, and he promised. And let me fucking finish. And I'm almost done. And he promises to basically indulge in every desire he ever has for the rest of fucking time, and basically be a gigantic hedonistic piece of garbage. And yeah, that's what it does.
So, Pool, right? The demon?
Pool, yeah, P-U-L or P-U-I? P-U-L-I? The U has 2 dots over it. That's all that I remember.
Pool was like, "Hey, little Siggy, let me whisper in your ear."
Well, that ends our podcast. I'm leaving.
You gotta start walking home? It's
Yes.
90 miles.
It's raining and I'll be comfortable.
At least you won't get overheated.
Yep. Your knees might give out beforehand, though.
So, once Slanesh has this demonic pack of, you know, Slanesh, he just kind of fucks off and just starts gaining followers and myrtleizing anyone who he thinks is, like, ugly or annoying, things like that. He just kills.
I swear, I just watched an anime about, like, you're not pretty enough.
That's basically what it was. I also
mean,
want to make it a
have
point.
you seen the Entertainment District arc of Demon Slayer?
That is what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
That's pretty fair.
You're ugly. You don't have the right to exist.
How dare someone as ugly as you speak to
It's
someone as
almost
pretty
like
as me?
that was the entire half of the season. So yeah, he goes out and just starts killing people that he thinks are ugly, because, you know, Sigvald is a piece of shit. Who does that? And after a while, I also want to mention that Sigvald is supposed to look like he's 16. Like I think that's when he made the pack, so he's supposed to like look like he's a forever 16-year-old who's like flawless skin and gold spun hair. That motherfucker looks 28. I'm just saying. Like, he's like ripped 6-pack, like 6'5", fucking long golden hair down to his ass, assless chaps, all kinds. Like, that is not a fucking 16-year-old.
Yeah, that is not the face of a 16-year-old.
That's a whole ass man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe the Norskin wastes do something to a feller.
He looks older than me, and I'm 25.
I think we're all 25. Well, no, you're 26.
I'm 26 in 3 days.
So we're all 25.
Happy birthday!
Yay.
Happy birthday!
My endless march towards eventual death and entropy continues.
Yay.
So,
real quick though, speaking of which, Total War 3 Immortal Empires comes out on
you
your
fuckers
birthday.
better get time off work so we can play it.
I will ask my boss on Monday. It's like, hey, so this is a short notice.
Listen, Phil.
Hey, I'm cool with fucking over Erica.
You have sick days.
Yeah. I'm cool with fucking over Erica.
I have a week worth of sick days. I could call in sick.
Mitchell could
I
just
do not.
Mitchell
because-
could go hard in the paint and just call in the entire week.
I do not because my boss is still very much like, oh yes, if you think you've been exposed to COVID, you have to isolate for 5 days. Oh yeah, by the way, you have to use your sick days for that, and you don't get that reimbursed by the county.
What
And
if
it's
you
like, oh,
don't?
thanks.
What if you don't have sick days? Like,
Then I have to burn my vacation days.
what if you don't have either of those?
Yeah, that's a good question that I haven't asked because I got a little too close to that when I first got hired back in February, or back in like February, I think it was. Whenever
That-
COVID ripped through the
That's
house.
fucking spoopy.
Did you get a
Yeah.
raise?
No,
I heard that everybody got like a $2,000 raise, but that might be just development services because you're not development services.
also,
That sure
the
would
thing
be
about
nice.
it is any raises that we get won't accrue until the
New fiscal year?
new fiscal year, which is in 2 months.
Yeah.
Hey, if you got
So,
that.
but Carrie was saying that I will be getting a raise, so we'll see.
I think it's 4% and $2,000.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Hey, Mitchell, say the thing. This is an AOS podcast.
I say Age of Sigmar, not AOS. Thank you very much.
No, fuck you. AOS is superior.
Why am I so quiet to compare to everybody else? Look at that.
No, ironically, I think Phil's the one who's being loudest this episode, which is...
First of all, he hardly ever
I
talks.
know. Well, you've been stroking out since the beginning, so it kind of makes sense you're
I mean,
quiet.
from episode 1, yes.
Fair.
The beginning is relative. Time is relative.
I've also been drinking a fair amount today.
Fair.
So have I. Your point?
This is like my 4th standard
Before
one.
this devolves into a brawl, can I please finish?
No.
Who's the bigger alcoholic? No, I am.
I have a shittier
I actually
liver.
don't drink anymore.
No, I have a shittier liver.
You just drank bourbon.
No, like in my personal time.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Nowadays, like
Fuck,
I
now
basically
I could
drink
use a
water
drink.
and that's it.
I gotta kind of go for a whiskey sour. Anyhow.
Moving on.
We can go after
Nah.
the podcast.
Nah. I want to go home.
So,
Party pooper.
after trapezing through the Chaos Waste and whatnot for a while and murdering and gaining in power and followers and things like that, Sigvald kind of makes a bit of a fuck up. Ever so slight fucky wucky. And
Is the Forever Box involved?
for him, no. For a lot of his followers, yes. He invades Ulthwyn. Elven Island. He basically hears stories how everyone knows that elves are tall and pale skin and golden hair and,
Oh my
and
gosh.
pretty and whatnot, and they know and they associate like the high elves with beauty more than Sigvald, and because Sigvald is vainglory incarnate, he's like, well, that's not fucking acceptable.
This is an Age of Sigmar podcast, not a 40K. It's an Age of... Ulthwain.
Contain yourself, Mitchell.
Yes, Games Workshop does in fact plagiarize itself quite regularly.
Oh
Moving
my
on.
gosh!
So, to make a long story short, Sigvald goes to Ulthwyn and gets fucking wrecked. Or is it Ulthon? No, maybe it's Ulthon. I keep saying Ulthwyn. Maybe it's 'cause
Ulthwain.
It's Ulthwyn.
Yeah, Ulthwain.
So yeah, he goes to Ulthwyn and gets fucking annihilated.
If I'm wrong, we're wrong together.
He goes to the island because, like I said, he's like, oh, they think elves are prettier than me, boo, and like gets fucking shreckled.
Buh.
Well, because he goes there and he has like no fucking plan. He's like, yeah, my plan is to scalp every elf that I see, and like the elves are like, welcome to the rice field, motherfucker.
So scout as more of like peep on them or like
No, scalp.
Scalp.
Like,
I think
As in what
scalp.
happened to the frontiersmen when the Native Americans were like, bro, this is... No, get out of here. And they didn't listen.
So I was going to go a completely different random story about Bastrop in a house where a man got scalped, but this is Age of Sigmar podcast, and I keep on track.
At this point, we're already so deep. Go ahead.
So do you know that house on Main Street past Wells Fargo? That first house past Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
So that house is the location of where a guy got scalped but survived.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
scalping is not lethal. And it like...
It's just horrifically painful.
It is horrifically painful.
Well, no.
and you do
It
bleed
was-
a lot from head wounds, but
It
you
was
are more
typically
likely-
lethal due to infection.
Yeah, you're more likely to die from infection. But in the
but
modern
this-
age, if you get scalped, you are unfortunately probably going to live through it.
Yeah, but this man did survive, and he was scalped by Indians in the early 1800s.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask when this took place, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Bastrop is a very historically filled place.
Historically active. Oh yeah, no. One of the properties that we've been working on recently. Apparently the homeowner has an entire collection of Native American arrowheads
Ooh.
that were dug up and found on his property during the construction of his home. It's pretty interesting.
Neato.
Yeah, and he
Did
was
you
like, yeah,
find any
I have,
artillery
like,
shells?
dozens.
Artillery shells?
No, but that actually does bring up an interesting story. So my boss used to be a wildfire firefighter.
Okay, this story's long.
No, it's not. I can make it short.
Or do you want to save it for the end of the episode when we talk about your shit for like 30 minutes?
No, I'll just finish it now. I'm already started.
Oh my god, okay.
But yeah,
It's a
my
very
boss
Philip
used to
thing
be
to
a
do.
wildfire firefighter, and they had a fire on Camp Swift back when Camp Swift was like half the fucking county.
Yeah.
And so they were driving along.
The 290, 95, 21 triangle?
Yeah, I think so. But no, so he was driving along in the backwoods trying to go fight this fire, like just driving through Camp Swift, and he found an old World War II anti-tank mine the hard way.
Oh!
Note that this man was in a 1-ton truck with
No, a 2.5.
with a 2.5-ton truck with 2,500 gallons of water on board.
2,000.
2,000?
2,000 gallons of water, and yeah, that truck went onto its front bumper. Like literally, it was driving along. They hit it with one of their rear tires, and the thing went up onto its front bumper and then came back down. And yeah, there were 9 mines in that minefield. Then there were 8. The only reason they didn't all die is because it was 60 years old.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Do it. That'll fucking do it. Where was I? Ah, yes.
You were right there sitting in that chair.
I hate you so much, Mitchell.
Yeah, so he
Hit him
goes
with
to
the beach ball
Ulthwain.
again.
He goes to Ulthwain.
He goes to
or
Ulthwain, yes, the elves.
wherever it is, and
So-
gets his absolute cheeks clapped.
He goes to Ulthwain, and
This is why you don't wear assless chaps, kids.
there's an elven princess. I forget her name. I think it's like Eldria or something like that. And she's a very competent leader, and so she like starts sending shadow warriors to hit him to like assassinate their leaders, and she starts destroying supply lines and shit in the dark, and she's casting like invisible like illusion magic and things like that on the town, so they can't fucking find anything, and they're getting murdered at night, and their supplies are getting destroyed. And basically all the chaos warriors are like, man, we have no glory, we have no gold, we have no food, and now we have no bitches.
That was the final straw.
At?
You get no bitches. And so all of Sigvald's lieutenants start posting up against him because they're like, fuck you, you obviously don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because Sigvald's just like, not having a fucking plan.
pretty. Look at me. Let me look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
How dare someone as ugly as you talk to someone as pretty as me?
So Sigvald racks up a body count on his lieutenants that's equal to, if not greater than the fucking shadow warriors that are actively assassinating him. Because they keep challenging him, and he keeps murdering them. Until finally he's fighting this one gigantic hulking motherfucker named like something blood gouger. He's not important. And he gets attacked by the Elven Princess and her army during that duel. And so like they start fucking the Chaos Warriors up like before they can even form up or anything. But the funny thing is, like, from the power to power ratio, the Chaos Warriors could have won if Slaanesh wasn't a narcissistic piece of actual garbage. Sigvald, sorry. Both. But if Sigvald wasn't an absolute narcissistic piece of garbage, because he's getting attacked, right? And he's like, yes, the elves that are currently clapping my army's cheeks is not as important as this duel I have with my own subordinate. So while he's getting attacked, he's murdering his own lieutenant. And then he just walks away. He just fucks off, and anyone who gets in his way, he murders them, and he just fucking left because this no longer held his interest. And he's like, you know what? I remember tasting some bad wine in Bretonia. I'm gonna go fuck up the Bretonians, and just fucking leaves.
That sounds pretty Sigvald-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the only really big thing he did of significance. Keep in mind that he was basically like terrorizing people for 300 years before the end times came in and fucking killed everything.
Yeah, because him eating humans and devoting him to Slanesh allowed him to keep his youth.
Immortal. Yeah, he made him immortal basically.
And yeah, and he also never got
He's a mortal champion, but he's basically a demon prince. Like with the amount of power.
Depending on what you read, there are some things that actually call him a demon prince.
Like Slanesh fucking loves Sigvald.
Oh,
like he's still human, but like Slanesh is like, I will literally give you whatever the fuck you want. So yeah, he's basically immortal.
Yeah. Just to give y'all an idea, Sigvald is immortal in the same way that Sigvald is a mortal in the same way that Archeon is also technically a mortal. But they're both effectively immortal.
Demonic entities.
By the way, take a vote. Should I start Ozark Bone Reapers or Slaves to Darkness?
How about you just finish a fucking chapter of Space Marines?
Mood Kindred.
Excuse me, sir. This is an Age of Sigmar podcast.
There is
Listen.
a number, Mitchell. There is a number.
This is all I have to say about that. Besides the fact there's a number. Only one faction has dick skeletons.
You are correct. Only one faction has Be'lakor.
That
No.
Be'lakor is a really cool model. You know,
Yeah, he's a really cool
continuing,
model, but
so
But that
Technically,
has
it's more
nothing
than
to
a
do
bunch
with
of
any of those
different
armies
factions,
you were
but
just talking.
anyway,
I'm so
yeah.
confused.
Be'lakor is in Slaves to Darkness as well.
Yeah, but you're talking about going Soulblight Grave Lords or Ozark Bone Reapers.
I meant Slaves to Darkness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Slaves
see,
to
that
Darkness.
makes more sense now. Between those two, Ozark Bone Reapers, fuck Slaves of Darkness.
I am the ever chosen.
You're also the premier death player. And like dick skeletons.
I don't even have a death army.
You should fix that.
You should fix that.
I really should.
Ozark Bone Reapers.
And then if you make Ozark Bone Reapers, if you ever get tired of Nagash and there's 3 Terror guys, you can throw Nagash into your Ozark Bone Reapers.
I don't even have Nagash yet.
I'm trying to remedy that.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All I'm saying is give Nagash to Sean, then Sean gives me Nagash, and I give him the Silent King.
Or you just give him the Silent King.
Or you build the fucking Silent King.
Yeah.
Johnny Doe, torment him.
Excuse me, this is an Age of Sigmar podcast.
Not anymore. Now it's a shit on Mitchell podcast. Warlord Titan, the Silent King.
But
Take Trazen out of the box.
So seriously though, does anything important happen between then and the end of the world?
Nope.
Cool.
let me
Sigvald dies.
Well, in the end of the world. But
Kind of.
So what happens is, Sigvald is like in Pavaroon, which is I think it's pronounced Pavaroon, which is in Bretonia. I think it says sampling their finest flesh.
I think it's
Pavaroon.
Pavaroon.
He's
I
eating
think
French
it's-
people. He's eating French people. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing. And he just gets...
Hon.
All I'm saying is Bretonia came back as Cities to Sigmar. I'm dropping everything. Yeah.
He gets summoned Archeon, just like... Boop, he's there.
Oh, okay.
Just gets summoned Archeon, and he is not fucking happy about it. But Archeon's like, we killing the planet, and Sigvald's like, oh wait, I have to listen to you, fuck. And he gets paired up with Throg, who's the Troll King. He's just this big ass troll boy with a big ass
God.
hammer, who's just smart enough to be the dumbest character in the old world. Like, he's smart enough to be sentient. Like, I mean, all trolls are, but like, he's smart enough to like know to be like an actual character who can give commands. But he's just smart enough to pass the bar, so he's like the dumbest motherfucker there is. And Sigvald just fucks with this guy because he doesn't like the fact that someone as beautiful as him was paired up with someone as ugly as Throg. So he's just mean to him. Like, I know they're both chaos, but he's just a dick. He's just a fucking dick. Like, it's like, hey, you, what, bitch? Shit like that. Like, he's just trying to aggravate him. Until finally, and they just go off and start doing end time shit.
Hey, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Yeah.
I'm not touching
No,
you.
like,
Mom,
yeah.
Mom.
Mummy, mama. Yeah, no, that shit. No, it's like straight up like play yard bullshit. He's just trying to aggravate Throg because he's pissed he's stuck with him.
Nice.
So after this, and then they go off and they start doing Archeon's end time bullshit, and finally, Sigvald comes face to face with Krell, who is one of Nagash's Mortarks during the end times, who is a fucking ancient white, which is an undead.
Wasn't he one of the first ever chosen? Or not ever chosen, Champions of Chaos?
I don't know if he was one of the first champions of Chaos, but Krell was a champion of Chaos before Sigmar was even born.
Yeah. And that's Sigmar, not Sigvald,
No,
right?
Sigmar.
Yeah,
Yes, he's
okay.
fucking old. Like Krell,
Really old.
Krell died, and then 1,500 years later, Nagash found him. And this was before Nagash had died his first time. Like, this is probably when Nagash was still human. Kind of.
That's a long
He's
time.
fucking old. And so, but he's one of Nagash's Mortarks and one of Nagash's, like, most steadfast and strongest followers. So Sigvald and Krell start fighting, and at first, like, Krell is, like, dominating this fucking assless chap wearing twink. Like, he's fucking demolishing him. And then he makes a very critical error. He mars Sigvald's beautiful face. Gives him a cut on his face. And Sigvald basically goes from being a heathen out of Slaanesh to a corn fucking berserker.
Nice.
He had rage comparable to that of a corn berserker for having his face marred and
Nice.
just fucking annihilates Krell. Gave him another death. So Krell dies, and Sigvald standing over, I guess what is his corpse, and like screaming his hatred at the sky because his beautiful face has been marred. And while he's sitting there wallowing in his own self-pity, Throg comes up behind him and fucking murders him. Throg's over here like, this pretty boy motherfucker's been being mean to me. Get the banhammer, and just beats him to an absolute bloody fucking pulp.
Amazing.
And then pisses on him.
Piss on me.
No, yeah. After the whole ass fight, Troll Man comes up behind Sigvald, turns him into mincemeat, and just pees on him.
Piss on me. I'm sorry. That has still got to be one of my all-time favorite, like, bits from the Green Mile.
Piss on me.
Just like just standing there with the water hose, like, yeah, you're about to go on a trip.
And that's about it. Yeah, that's how.
Well, you can't really continue the storyline.
Yeah,
when
that's
you're
how the
dead.
mighty Sigmar fell. He got beat to a pulp by a
Sigmar?
troll.
Sigmar?
Goddamn it, Sigvald, sorry. He got, that's how the mighty Sigvald fell. He got beat to a pulp by a troll and peed on.
Yeah. Then, during the end
waft
times.
of ammonia
So-
carries you into the afterlife.
So,
Hold on.
Slaanesh.
Do we want to talk about his armor in the old world? Is his war gear or not?
Actually, yeah, I would like to go ahead and at least discuss the mirror shield because he carries that with him into the AOS. And the 8 realms.
I know his sword changes, but he keeps his armor and
his
shield.
sword actually is pretty interesting. So if
It's a sliver of Slaanesh's own sword.
do you mind if I talk about that a little bit?
Sure, go for it.
So the sword that he carries with him into battle back in the world that was is called
Silver
Sliver Slash. No, it's Sliver.
It's sliver slash.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always have to look at it really hard because
If you just flip those two letters and it's silver slash.
yeah,
And honestly, silver slash kind of makes sense anyway.
yeah, but no, it is Sliver Slash. What makes that sword so unique, though, is the fact that it is a piece of Slaanesh's own weapon, and
I just want to make it a point to say here that any of the Chaos Gods, it's kind of like 40k in the sense that Chaos Gods' actual weapons are strong enough to basically rend reality.
Yeah. And so this single sliver of Slaanesh's weapon, a single scratch from it is enough to steal your soul. So,
Yoink!
exactly. So Sliver Slash is easily one of the most potent weapons on the battlefield.
It's up there with like Galmarad and the Slayer of Kings.
Yeah, and what's oh crap, Korn's favorite mortal at the moment, leader of the shit we just talked about.
Korgus Call.
Yes, Korgus Call. Like his axe that's basically just like, oh look, I cut you, boop, you're going to Korn's realm.
Yeah, it's up there with like.
Yeah, it's up there with those.
He doesn't have Sliver Slash anymore.
No, he doesn't. And we'll get to his new
It's
stuff.
now
But like, I'm
Silver
just
Slash.
saying.
But at the time, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Sliver Slash.
But Corgus Cole wasn't a thing. Just to make sure we don't get shit fucked up, Corgus Cole is AOS, not Old World. We're just kind of comparing what Silver Slash was in the Old World to even weapons nowadays.
Yeah.
When the power creep in AOS is higher.
Yes, exactly. Now he does carry a shield with him, and this is the shield he carries with him in both the Age of Sigmar and in the world it was.
It's just
do
a
you wanna-
shield that's polished, right?
Yeah, it's the mirror shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the shield because he likes to look at himself and during the battlefield during fighting, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so pretty." While he's
Well,
fighting
didn't his
people.
closest retinue, his bodyguards, his like
Yes, his bodyguards also all carried mirror shields for the exact same fucking purpose.
so they could he could just
So
stare.
he can
himself.
so he can beat himself off in the mirror,
other
basically.
The other thing about it is that these shields, the way they would use them, is because due to kind of the presence that he presents, exudes. That would be the correct word there. Thank you. He actually, part of his boon from Slaanesh is that he fucks with mirrors and reflections. So whenever people look into a mirror around that's near Sigvald,
They see what Sigvald wants them to see, basically.
not necessarily that, but they'll also see like twisted forms of themselves and things like that. So this shield, not only is it indestructible, but to like gaze in it, that like it's kind of a serious psychological attack.
Kind of like a weird reverse Medusa thing, where instead of using the reflection to save you, the reflection basically turns you to stone, kind of mentally,
Yeah, it's designed to like cause you to have a moment of like, oh my god, what is that?
and then he murders you.
Yep, exactly.
Because the whole point of Sliver Slash is insanely quick, so that like millisecond of what the fuck is 100% enough time for
yeah,
the
well,
stab
it's
you.
not just this blade. Sigvald is considered one of the best duelists in the world. He by the time he gets into the Age of Sigmar, he's actually such a
Too weird.
They're playing footsies
Sorry.
under the table.
Mitchell was molesting me.
He is such a
Revenge for the Slurpon incident.
he
You
is
grabbed
such,
my dick
It
twice.
was an accident.
oh god. He is such a proficient duelist that even some of the elven grandmasters of the blade are considered to be significantly inferior to him.
And elves are dumbest, are dummy thick swordsmen when they want to be.
Yeah, no, the elves who devote themselves to
I'm
sword
so
techniques
proud
and
of
things
you
like that.
saying elf instead of elf.
Elf.
During this period of time, it's elf.
Elves.
Yeah, technically at this point in time it would be elves, but even today, like in the current lore, he's considered by far one of the world's
Of course,
greatest
in the
duelists.
current lore, he has horns and shit, and he's fucking gigantic.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is huge. It's like
And
twice the size of a
Them
normal person.
chaps, though.
He's like 12 feet fucking tall.
He's still got assless.
big
chaps,
ass ashless
Just like that lady walking down Main Street today.
Cheeks out to the wind.
though. Anyway,
We gotta explain that.
his current equipment though is
And he also keeps the Auric armor, correct? Auric.
oh yeah, the Auric armor.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
A Rurik?
Auric. Maybe it's Auric.
Let me see.
Auric.
Auric.
Yeah, it's Auric.
Auric.
It's like
Argon.
aura, but Auric.
It's just plate mail, but it's made from like gold, and it's basically fucking indestructible.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean a goddamn thing when you fucking booty hanging out. There's like gaps in his like so like no. So you know how like full plate
Vlad
mail.
Dracul would like to know your location.
You know how like if you have plate mail on, like your arm, there'll be a gap here so you can fucking
Yeah,
like, move.
that's the whole point.
But then that will be covered. Right? No, in his it's like the whole entire thing is just no fucking armor. There's no armor here, none here, none here, none here, none here, and it's just like motherfucker.
Just to give everybody a visual, it went from like armpit, elbow to forearm to waist,
to
the-
fucking knee,
The big weakness of
and then of
plate-
course assless chaps.
Yeah, the big weakness of plate armor is that you can't have solid steel at a location where you need to bend your body. So, for instance, around the elbow and the elbow joint, the shoulder joint,
well,
the hip
to be
joint.
fair, he's an absolutely amazing duelist to the point that
Well,
he
no, the
lived
reason
for
why
like
he-
hundreds of years consistently fighting and not even a
No,
single
the
scratch
reason
was
why
on him.
he doesn't. Yes, he's so good. It just fucking aggravates me.
Well, he's just pompous. He's too pretty.
I know. It just.
Yeah, he's too
How dare you be ugly and like just I can't finish the sentence for some reason.
How dare someone as ugly
Okay,
as
do you know what
speak to someone
Sigvald's
as
face?
pretty as
You know what
me?
Sigvald's face kind of reminds me of a little bit.
What?
You know the memes when it's like the Mega Chad dude who has like the really big chin and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
what Sigvald looks like, and it's wonky because like that shit's not attractive. It's fucking weird and just disfiguring.
Giga Chad.
Yes, Giga Chad.
But yeah, so that's all that stuff. His current weapon though, and we will talk about how he gets.
We forgot about one important thing about the armor.
Yes.
Beside it being indestructible, is it also gives him rejuvenation powers. So like whenever he gets cut, it'll just like heal instantly.
So
What his current weapon is the shard slash.
Before we get into that, we should probably cover like how in Age of Sigmar, how his soul was actually not claimed by Slaanesh, and it just kind of like went into the ether.
Yeah, let's talk about that before we get into weapons.
So he dies in the
Slaanesh is actually disgusted by him at this point because like how could his favorite champion just die in such a way?
Yeah, he got pissed on by a troll, so that's just like pathetic.
yeah. Anyway, so he ends up drifting in the ether that is the realm of chaos. His soul ends up drifting in the ether that is the realm of chaos for a while.
I don't think it was chaos.
And-
it's just in space.
I think it was just the void.
Yeah, because Nagash doesn't go into the realm of chaos. Because Nagash is the one that found it.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, so anyway, the point is his soul is set adrift because of this, and Nagash finds him. And Nagash is like, you killed my favorite Mortark? Fuck you, buddy. And so he
Shoves him into a mirror.
Yeah, so he takes Sigvald and traps his soul inside of a mirror that was fashioned from shade glass, which shade glass is a product, or it's a material that's refined from
Soul sand?
grave sand.
Grave sand? Yeah.
That is refined from grave sand, which is
Whatever the magical substance of Shaiish is.
Yeah, it's the magical substance of Shaiish, and imprisons his soul within it. The important thing to note about shade glass is that its effect, it's very similar to Sigmarite. It is nigh on indestructible, except by like magical means. And then he curses the mirror so that the mirror will only show the people that gaze into it what they desire, because the whole
No, the perfect form of themselves.
Yeah, same tomato. But basically, it only shows them what they want to see, and the reason that's such a big deal is because Sigvald's power is to corrupt the dreams of others and to like show them what he wants them to see.
Yeah.
And so, in doing so, it basically just completely negates all of Sigvald's kind of magical ability and doubly traps him.
So it's kind of like for centuries, Sigvald is forced to show the people their better form, and after a period of time, like he's starting to learn how this mirror
not
works.
just that, he was thrown into
and then he was thrown into the same prison that Slaanesh ended up.
But
getting
he
thrown
was
into
there
later.
before Slaanesh got there.
Yeah,
Ulgish.
yeah.
Because technically, Nagash threw him in there during the time Age Before Ages, I think. Technically,
it's listed as the Age of Myth, but a lot of shit happens in the Age of Myth. So like
he doesn't get out until the fucking Age of Sigmar.
The point is, he's thrown in there before Slaanesh gets there, and then he doesn't come out until the Age of Sigmar. So he's there for a good long while.
Yeah.
But then during the Age of Sigmar, he actually gets kidnapped
by
a group of Dwarden privateers.
Yeah, from the Carradine Overlords. I forget what clan they are from.
If you want to know exactly what clan, they're from Barrack Zilfin.
Oh man, you just had that on the dot.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you're so much better at this podcast thing than I am.
Yeah. No,
that's cool. I've said my piece, so I'm like playing Tetris.
Gotcha.
I'm about to be playing Tetris on my phone. If y'all need me.
Good to know. But no, so these privateers find the mirror, and they are and at this point, Sigvald has actually been feeding off of little motes of power that Slaanesh has been letting go inside of their prison. So he's slowly starting to regain his power, and he's able to exert more control over the mirror itself. And so then whenever the privateers find it, they're enraptured by the mirror. This is like the most beautiful treasure that they have ever come across. and it is so
Just like
enrapturing
you.
to the point that they actually forget to drink water. Like, all they want to do is stare at this thing all day long, and they literally forget how to drink water, and they all die of dehydration.
Yeah, and then it comes like a God Seeker.
Yes, so then after a while, he's then found by the Scarlet Cavalcade, which is a group of God-Seeker hedonites, led by
the hell had their-
Reshevius.
It's not me. My phone on silent.
It's mine. I need to turn it on.
Wow, you're so trash.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it is actually the household chat, so... Oh, it's just... Okay, yeah, it's not important. All right, but no, so they're led by a Chaos Lord named Reshevius, and Reshevius then gazes upon the mirror. At this point, Sigvald is conscious. He's able to see, like, the world through the mirror.
He's learned how to manipulate what is shown through the mirror at this point.
Well, it's more just that he's been feeding on enough of Slanesh's power.
Yeah, he's powered by dual.
No. He
with Slanesh.
Yeah,
no.
basically.
Slanesh has specifically been giving Sigvald power at this point because it's an Ulgish.
No.
Yeah, no.
Slanesh didn't notice Sigvald until he popped out of the mirre.
Yeah.
I am going to highly disagree with you.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. Well,
I-
just
I-
everything
I-
I've read has said
I'm-
that Slanesh had no idea he was there.
So, I want to make this argument before you just completely move on. Is like everything I have done my research on is that Slanesh has like figured out that Sigvald was in Ulgish and was like, huh. What if I gave him some power? Because he wasn't a demon prince before. Although he was giving a whole lot of power, like during the world that was, right when Sigvald broke out of the mirror and like the Age of Sigmar, he was a demon prince. He had so much of the power from Slanesh.
I'm not disagreeing
already.
that he was a demon prince or that he got Slanesh's power. I'm just disagreeing with how he got the power, whether it was given or taken.
It was given.
Also,
But regardless,
yeah, sorry.
the point is he has enough power to exert control over the mirror, and he affects the mirror so that whenever Reshevius looks at it, he sees a truly horrendous, twisted version of himself. And is
And then he
immediately
threw it on the ground.
he is immediately overcome
Punched
with
it in
rage
its face.
and smashes the mirror.
Yeah.
And when the mirror smashes, Sigvald pops out in all his glory.
Well,
most
to be
the most
honest, it's
fucked up-
actually a very honest feat because it's shade glass, and shade glass is very.
It's the most fucked up Jack in the Box in the world.
But when Sigvald
Slash
pops
out
out,
Sigvald.
like Sigvald is like absolutely gorgeous at this period of time. They're like, "Wow, you're gorgeous!
he's-
Let me
he's-
praise you."
He's soaked in Slanesh's power at this point. He's
And
fucking jacked.
Yeah.
And it's and that's the other thing about it is that from what I was reading, he himself didn't actually break the mirror. It's that the act of striking the mirror, at this point, Slanesh had enough presence of himself and of the worlds around him that he was like, "Oh, my baby boy!" And so whenever Reshevius struck the mirror, Slanesh imparted enough power into the situation or whatever you want to call it that the mirror shattered, and then Sigvald was completely reborn.
I'm going to assume the reason why Slanesh helped Sigvald because I feel like Slanesh had decided Sigvald had been tortured enough.
Yeah,
Because once again,
probably.
Slanesh does love Sigvald. Like that's his favorite. boy.
It's literally Sigvald is the essence of Slanesh.
He is the supreme son of Slanesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like how Corvus Cole is like the supreme son of Corn.
Corgus.
Corgus?
Yes.
What did I say?
Corvus.
Oh, sorry. Not Bird Boy. Corgus Cole.
Bird boy.
Not Bird Boy.
Yeah. Corgus Cole is like the supreme son of Corn. Sigvald is like the supreme son of Slanesh. Like that is his favorite child. And so then Slanesh is reborn into all of his glory.
Hey, seriously.
Damn it, not Slanesh.
Seriously.
Sigvald. Fuck.
Mikasa Sukasa.
We can beat him later after we finish the podcast.
I know.
No. We'll just force him to upload the new intro, then we'll kill him.
Wait a minute.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's how Sigvald returns back into the mortal realms.
And it's just been kind of causing havoc in Shyish at this point.
Well, you forgot. After that, he goes and gets his new weapon.
Oh yeah, Shade
So-
Slash or Shard Slash.
Shard Slash. So, basically after that, yeah, Sigvald takes over the Scarlet Cavalcade and just starts. Bro, he like. Actually, it's really funny. One of the things he does first is he goes after the Troggoths.
Yeah,
as revenge for what happened in his last life.
After he
goes after the Troggoths.
After he kills every sixth man, he goes and fucks up the trolls. He's like, I remember.
Yeah, so he takes over the Scarlet Cavalcade, forces 1 in every 6 men to fucking murder themselves, and then he murders them.
I think he murders them. I think it was.
Yeah, he
it was
murders
purely for the flex.
He murders 1 in every 6. He does his own decimation.
Aha!
Get that reference? This is an Age of Sigmar podcast. But no, so he then goes out and immediately starts hunting down Troggoths. Because he's like, fuck those guys. Piss on me.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. So then he takes the Scarlet Cavalcade, fucks up a bunch of guys, and then...
I think that.
Yeah, and so then he goes seeking out his original weapon. But he can't find it.
Yeah,
Go figure.
that bitch gone.
Yeah. Yeet.
If not reclaimed by Slaanesh, lost to the void.
Yeah. So then at this point in time, a bunch of different pretenders, which is another kind of Hedonite army for Slaanesh, claimed that they had Sliver Slash. Like a bunch of them claimed he had it, but he was just like, you know what? Fuck this. So he goes back to the Palace of Slaanesh, goes and finds a demon artisan, and is like, you're going to make me a new weapon. And so, using the pieces of shade glass that had formed his mirror, that Nagash trapped him in, and 6 of his own hairs plucked from his body.
Did in fact impart a piece of his soul into the blade.
Yep. His new blade is formed, which is called Shard Slash.
Which is actually cool because Shard Slash does a lot of what Sliver Slash did.
But better.
If he cuts you with the blade, it sucks your soul out. But instead of sending it to Slaanesh, it imprisons it in the blade, just like he was trapped in the shade glass.
Yep.
But
yeah, and so
better.
So then he can like torture them later.
And yeah, I'm also pretty sure that like them being trapped in the sword probably empowers it or something like that.
Yeah, and of course it cuts through Sigmarite and runes and whatnot like butter. So like, go figure.
That's about it. The thing that he's currently doing is he's trying to fuck over Nagash. He pissed at Rattle Me Bones.
Yeah, so once he got his new sword, he
Donate to
he's
my
now looking
PayPal
for
so I
revenge
can get a
against-
Doziark Bone Reaper army
He's now looking for revenge against Nagash
to fight against
so-
Sigvald.
He's basically doing like death by 1,000 cuts on Shaiish. He's
Yeah.
doing lightning raids and whatnot, trying to bleed Nagash dry.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Not that it means anything to Nagash.
Yeah, Nagash is like, oh, that's neat.
Nagash, oh no! Anyway. I think... Yeah, that's about it. There's not a whole lot going on.
We're in an hour into this episode.
Only an hour?
Yeah.
Really?
This is the quickest episode
Really?
we've done. And it's right there. Look at it.
Yeah, we're just over an hour in.
Holy shit, did we actually make it short for one? Okay, now we're going to shit talk for 45 minutes?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, Mitchell, when are you getting everybody Warlord Titan?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Mitchell, when are you building the Silent King?
Hey, Mitchell, when are you going to build Magnus?
Magnus is already
You already
built.
built Magnus.
When are you going to paint him?
I'm not sober enough to answer these questions.
Okay. Have you played a game with Magnus?
No, not yet.
Not his Magnus. Oh, yeah, no, he has Magnus built.
I've not played with
borrowing
mine.
David's Magnus to play with it.
I played with Magnus, I think, once. But not against you.
Feel like a Demon Primarch could be rough.
Yeah, it
I mean, it's
could
probably
be.
not as rough as
But you don't play Warhammer with him anymore.
I'm like never here.
Exactly.
Gas is expensive.
You don't even have a car.
I know, but I would have to get a ride or get someone's car, and gas is expensive.
Or you could come down, visit us.
But you could visit me.
You do?
Yeah,
Twice a month.
exactly.
It's been like once a month for the past 3 months.
Okay, extenuating circumstances.
Stop getting COVID.
I don't want to get COVID. And the moonshine
it
was
just-
an unfortunate accident.
Oh God, yeah, that was rough.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
that was rough. God Almighty, but that was some good moonshine though. But God Almighty,
Yeah, that weekend was mixed with alcohol and intense emotional distress on my part.
and magic, lots of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Magic drunk, and that
I
was
got
miserable.
I got so close to getting that fucking card off him. Oh God, that about such a glorious trade.
Oh man, hey, I could probably get that card off.
I know you could, and fuck off. If anyone's wondering, well, Philip is about to start talking mad shit.
No. But no,
He has the thing you can rob. You can rob him for.
oh, wow, why would you say that? You live with me, dude. They be robbing you too.
Yeah, but like, I have guns. We have guns. I'm just trying to get some free target practice.
Rip. All right, moving on.
Why pay $4 for a target when you can invite them in?
Wow. Wow.
Bro,
Okay.
that's
Well,
dark.
Well,
kind of
on
the
the
point.
other hand, bye.
Yeah, I guess we'll call it here.
Yeah, I guess this was actually a pretty short episode for once.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see all of y'all in...
Hold on. I think we have decided that next episode is going to be a race breakdown, right?
Yes,
We're not sure which.
Soul Blight.
Soul Blight.
Soul Blight.
Oh, Soul Blight,
So,
yes.
Soul-
not
Soul-
Whoa,
Soul
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Soul Blight or
Actually-
Ozark Bone Reapers.
Actually. Heads?
No, it's the Soul
Ozark?
Blight.
No. Heads? Ozark?
We already did Ozark.
Bone Reapers?
No, we have it.
No, we haven't.
Tails? Soul Blight.
Who did we do? No, we did,
Ready?
No, we did
Ready?
the ghouls.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
You always do. You always do. The flip. It's tails.
Tails is Soul Blight.
Okay.
We doing Soul Blight.
Doing Soul Blight Grave Lord. Soul Blight Grave Lords. Fuck.
Yeah.
That is our
Next episode.
Yay.
Yay.
Peace out,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
We'll see y'all next
Hasta
time.
luego.
Bye.